This is the Communication Center. The Communication Center is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365-day operation, which is staffed with at least one emergency communications officer at all times, and two when we have someone in training. The communications officer is responsible for maintaining an up-to-the-minute status of all officers on duty. This center is also responsible for answering all 911 calls from within the city limits, and all of the incoming non-emergency calls. In 2012, this accounted for 2,315 emergency calls to our 911 lines and 22,401 regular calls. Additionally, the communications officer is responsible for assisting citizens at the public window, dispatching patrol officers to calls for service, checking all information on the computer such as vehicle tags, driver's license, criminal histories, dispatching patrol officers to calls for service, checking all information on the computer such as vehicle tags, driver's license, criminal histories, warrants, and making official recordings of radio traffic and telephone calls for public records requests. Police officers often come to this half door to request information from the communications officer when they are working investigations. The security of this room, as well as the content viewed on the computer monitors, is strictly governed by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the FBI. Due to state and federal regulations and the location of the server room, which is located inside the communication section, IT personnel working in communications must obtain FCIC NCIC certification for entry into the communications center. Failure to comply with the security regulations can result in fines, restrictions of criminal databases, and loss of FCIC NCIC certification for the police department. The communication center should have a solid door, not the half door it presently has, in order to control and restrict access to the room. But due to ventilation and climate control issues, the room cannot be completely closed off for any extended period of time. The amount of electronic equipment needed to operate the communication section in such a small space causes a vast amount of heat to be generated. No one other than authorized staff should be able to view the computer monitors due to the confidential information displayed on them. There is no bathroom or break facilities in the communication center, and the communications officers working 12-hour shifts need to have access to these amenities during their shift. The lack of a bathroom or break room makes it necessary for the communications officer working alone to carry a two-way radio with them to utilize the restroom or to make copies. Another challenge is disseminating needed information to the civilian staff members without allowing them access to the communications center. In order to circumvent problems in this area, we had to have the senior police secretary certified as a communication officer NCIC FCIC operator, so that she could fill in as needed. Every sworn officer is also a certified NCIC FCIC operator, and this is necessary to relieve night shift communications officers as needed. To meet state and federal standards, the communication section should be a secure location with only a pass-through window.